Welcome to part 6. It's time to talk about Ryback and Bray Wyatt. I don't give a shit about this feud whatsoever, and it kind of shows that WWE doesn't either, because they've put, no real effort into it. Bray Wyatt's just spitting a bunch of nonsense. They didn't even announce this on Monday Night Raw, on the go-home show. They waited until earlier today, which is, we're recording this Wednesday night, to just put breaking news. That match that looked like it was going to happen, it's going to happen on WWE.com. And even when they did that, the person who makes the graphics on there didn't add the Payback logo to it. It's the only one that doesn't have the Payback logo. They just do not give a shit. They usually label all their images, things like, a bunch of numbers, and then, the pay-per-view and the date and different stuff like that. This one just says results. It's they could not give a shit whatsoever about this match, so I don't either. And it's just going to be Bray Wyatt beating Ryback in the mid-card, throwaway bathroom break match. Zero interest whatsoever in this. Does anybody actually care, or am I
do.
On an island here?
It's the big guy.
I want to care. I like Ryback, but I just can't. But as you were just talking there, it made me think of something else that might be worth talking about. It seems like WWE is really set on trying out these network exclusive events, and they don't give a shit about the actual pay-per-view. I wonder if they're only doing these pay-per-views to fulfill some kind of contract they have, and they're experimenting with doing these network-only events. And if the long-term idea for this is maybe by WrestleMania next year to be only network exclusive.
They do seem like they're putting a lot more interest and thought process out there for Elimination Chamber this fast than they did for Payback.
Well, that might actually be a good point, because they could... WrestleMania is a big enough event where even if they scrap all of their other pay-per-views and make them network exclusives, they can still sell that on pay-per-view because networks are going to want it. And if they get a bigger piece of the pie from getting all these network subscribers, then it might be worth it.
Plus, they might be able to get more subscribers just by telling them, look, no more pay-per-views. You guys have to fucking buy the network. Then it comes all directly to them.
It's a big gamble, and it's one of those things that 10 years from now you can either look back as the most genius thing Vince McMahon ever did, or the dumbest thing that killed the company.
Right. Although I think that they could probably get around with backtracking if they needed to. They could probably just if they wanted to try that out for a couple months, they could be well, you know what, this is going to be solely on the WWE network, you got to do this. And if a couple months down the line nobody's doing that, then they could just be we're going to bring this all, this fucking Money in the Bank pay-per-view or whatever it is back to pay-per-view. And, WWE likes to change things up, and they'll always advertise everything as we're taking a step forward.
I think they realize that these...
If they take it off pay-per-view and then want to backtrack, they've upset their relationship with Time Warner, with Xfinity. Then they've got to renegotiate after upsetting them. And they lose all their leverage because they left them because they thought they could do better, couldn't do better. They've devalued the product. Now they're fucked if they want to get a better deal.
I think they've already hurt themselves in the eyes of the cable company providers with the WWE Network's existence.
What do you think is the market share for the not for the network, but for the pay-per-view anyway right now? I mean, of the people who watch all of the pay-per-views, I'm guessing probably more people are viewing it through the network than any other way. After that, I'd probably say illegal streams. And then after that, far down, it was people who actually pay the $50 or $60 for the pay-per-view through the cable company or whatever. What percentage of that doesn't have to be... There can't be that many people still plunking down $60 a month for a fucking pay-per-view. I mean...
They're stupid if they do.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's already, really cut into that. So I don't see... I'm totally fine. I've been with the network since day one. So I'm totally fine with them moving everything to the network and not having the pay-per-view. It doesn't really affect me either way, since I'm going to be seeing it all for $10 a month. So...
$9.99.
Oh, shit. I forgot to get my penny back.
And keep in mind too, right now WWE's big money-making plan with the network is to start packaging it with other cable providers, the same way that they have in Canada, the same way that I believe they were either trying to do in the UK or they already did. I'm not sure. I didn't follow along too much with that. I mean, their big plan going forward is to start selling the network as a package to cable providers. So if that's going to be their big course of action later down the line, I think, moving the pay-per-views to the network as exclusives, I mean, it might be a viable option, if that's their plan. I think they're just shifting their money tactics from pay-per-view to total package, deals with Time Warner, with your Comcast. I think that's going to be the future for them. So this is just the first step. What was that?
No, it's just reminded me of Total Package Lex Luger.
I thought of the same thing, yeah.
But that goes to show you, though, all these rematches and stuff, and the little build that they've put towards Ryback and Bray Wyatt, like, if everybody didn't just already have the network, really give a shit. It's just going to, sell,
Well, I mean, aren't they doing a free... Isn't this month free because of that?
Well, no. I think people are really misunderstanding that or blowing it up. Like, what it is that you get a free trial if it is your first month. Like, any streaming service does this. Spotify does it. Netflix does it. Hulu does it. You get a 30-day free trial to try out the thing and see if you like it. And then if you want to pay the premium subscription price, you do it.
Yeah, and you can't just keep re-signing up with a new one to keep getting the free one. It's per account. So,
but isn't this the third time they've done it in 2015?
Yeah. It is? No, but most of those companies just do it consistently.
Yeah, you can do that anytime in Netflix.
Well, I think that's not stopping anytime soon.
To be fair, though, is Netflix 30 days, or I thought it was 2 weeks? Because I know Hulu normally does 2-week free trials, and then after that, you got to buy.
Whatever it is, they offer a trial of some kind. That's all it is. And I think WWE can be blamed sort of for the way they're marketing it, because they are marketing it like, hey, it's free this month, go check it out, it's free, and that's not really the case. It's so it is somewhat their fault, but I think people are getting way upset, like, oh man, I had to pay $9.99 and it's free, what the fuck? Like, no, it's not how it works.
I'm not even upset. I mean, considering WWE is always promoting how many subscribers they have, the fact that they keep giving the months away for free, a lot more than they really should, worries me, especially now that they don't have that whole thing where if you sign up, you're stuck.
They're not giving away anything for free. It's a trial.
And it's already proven to be a resounding success, because you know what it is? People sign up, you have to use a credit card to sign up, people forget to cancel, and boom, you get at least 1 month, or the people like it and they just stick around and they keep paying.
Okay.
Because to be fair, I've said this a number of times, and I will go on record saying it again, the WWE Network, as a wrestling fan, is a very worthwhile investment, and I would recommend it to anybody.
And I mean, flat out just the alternative of paying 6 times the price for less is just,
I will say this, though, and the one thing that's always bugged me about the network, more so WWE's business practices, is if their big thing is to push the network, why haven't they really gone forward with the whole piracy thing with YouTube and try to get all that content that gets put up there taken off? I mean, it's their own prerogative. They have the right to shut down.
They do police that pretty hard.
They just have people that don't know what the hell they're doing with that, and they target things like the Hottest Divas and Knockouts tournament instead of people uploading the matches.
Yeah.
And Ryback is definitely winning.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we had a match we were talking about.
Unfortunately, I think Bray Wyatt's taking this one, because they just seem to want to push him for some reason. Over and over again, they just keep wanting to push him. So,
I'm with Mikey P on this.
I'm assuming Ryback's losing because Harper and Rowan are going to interfere.
Same.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
I can see that.
That'd be great. That'd be great for my team.
I think Harper and Rowan cost Ryback the match, and I think the next pay-per-view, Ryback basically takes all 3 out. I think that's how they're setting it up, where Bray gets 1 win, and then Ryback gets the big win by not only taking out Bray, but taking out Harper and Rowan as well.
Oh my God. Do you think he could get all 3 of them up for Shell Shock?
Yeah, right. I don't think he can even pick up Bray.
I don't think he can get fucking one of them up, the fat bastards.
The big win. Poor Ryback. Awesome guy. Shit feud. God damn it, Bray.
We actually got a good conversation out of this segment, though.
Yeah.
If they still had the SmackDown brand and the World Heavyweight title, he'd have been champ like a year ago.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
He's World Heavyweight champ material.
He would have been a champion. I don't know
Yeah.
if he would have been a world champion. I think he would have been more like US or IC title. But then again, you know, when they pushed him and he was undefeated, they did month after month after month of him losing, so they didn't know what the fuck they were doing with Ryback. But nonetheless, we are going to move on here. Part 7 is coming up next. We are going to talk about the Tag Team Championship 2 out of 3 Falls match.